it's me, Jess. Welcome to my channel, and today we are doing a lovely, juicy reading on who is thinking about you and why. So I've got 3 piles here, pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. I'll put the picture up so you can meditate, be drawn into your pile or multiple piles, and I will see you at your reading. Okay, so pile number 1, who is thinking about you and why? So this person that's thinking about you, I think could be tall. If they're not tall, then I think they've risen to some kind of a position in life, some kind of a stature through discipline and through hard work. It could potentially be both of those things, but just take what resonates there. But I think for a lot of you, this person is tall. They give the impression of being the mountain in some way, like they're tall or they're broad. I also think this person that's thinking about you is fairly stoic. Like they do have emotions. I think this person has, I just heard hot under the collar, like they do kind of have a lot of emotions, but they don't, as a habit, as a rule, I feel like this person doesn't like allow their emotional state to leak outwards. So like I said, they could be stoic or just very difficult to tell what emotionally is going on here with this person. I do feel like there's distance between you and this person who's thinking about you, because I think in some way, shape, or form, this person betrayed your trust or betrayed a relationship that either you had or you potentially could have had. But it looks to me like the relationship between you was like solid. It was real. It had long-term potential, or you were in some kind of a long-term commitment here. And this person is feeling very emotionally defensive because they know that they betrayed you in some way and that they caused you a lot of pain. And this person is, I'm hearing just like reminiscing here about the good old days. And this person's actually having a lot of emotions here about this. And they're having a lot of regrets about the past because this person had a lot of fears and they were confused here. And again, there's something here about putting you in an emotionally defensive state, but they were also in their own way in an emotionally defensive state. And they just feel like whatever it is that they did here in the past, like this person is really, really, really wanting a new beginning. With the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups here, really, really badly. They want a new beginning in love, and they want a new like passionate beginning. And I think they want to clear the air here between the two of you, but it's like this person, they can't see the forest for the trees, or it's like they couldn't do that in the past. And so this person has in some way matured, or they have climbed and they've been very internal. And so it's given them a new vantage point. And I feel like they can see you now. Like they can see you. Potentially they're watching you, like that could be a possibility, but they could also just like see your position. And this person thinks that they can't like come towards you without setting the whole forest on fire, like without causing some kind of like immense damage, or like maybe even a spectacle or something like that. And they understand that it's part of their karma that they've put themselves. They hurt themselves. I'm hearing like they hurt themselves by letting you go. They hurt themselves by doing whatever it was that they did in their past. And they're realizing that they ruined a good thing, and that honestly this person is feeling bound by the karma that they created, because this person is thinking about you. They don't feel, we've been getting this message on the channel here recently, they don't feel at home in their home environment. So whoever they like believed over you or betrayed you with, or chose over you, the timeline that they went down, that meant that they betrayed you and that they betrayed your trust and whatever you guys could have had together. Because I can see that path for them. It burned a lot of karma. It made something up to you. It was a source of like both of your like long-term health and happiness. Not that for you especially, who got like betrayed in this by whatever choice this person made. And they made this choice blocked off at the heart space, and they weren't listening to their intuition. Like it's not that this is the only source of happiness, right? But I feel like this person's gotten themselves in a situation where they're feeling like stood over or defensive in their home environment. And that's what's kind of like led them thinking about you. This person is thinking that you are very elevated, that we got the Moon card and the High Priestess. So like very intuitive. They think that you're a very moral person, a very sweet person, like genuinely somebody that they want to like, they imagine like what it would be like to live with you, and like be in your home, and the sweetness and the stability and like everything genuine. And they kind of compare that to the situation they're in, where I think there's a lot of emotions, but it's like they feel buried by their emotions, and they feel like somebody else controls their emotions, or like what's appropriate or acceptable. And so that, because like in terms of emotions, like in terms of, what emotions they express and how they express them, and and so this person is just feeling like defeated and afraid, and that's what leads them thinking about you. And I'm hearing like how you love them, and how you were a genuine person, and how they could have had everything, but how now you are blocked off, and that you are looking really fine as hell, and you are really standing in your power. I feel like this person really likes your hair and your eyes. They find you to be like really sexually appealing, and but they feel like there could potentially be some kind of an argument, and they know, I feel like you left this person in the past because of whatever it was that they did to you, and you have like dealt with this situation well emotionally within yourself. And this person, I'm hearing from Back to December, Taylor Swift, where the part where she says, your guard is up and I know why, because the last time you saw me is still burned in the back of your mind. It's like, I think you're a very forgiving person, but it's like you don't forget, and you're nobody's fool. So it's, it is like, you did whatever it was that you did. They know that they put you in a dark place, and that they kind of dumped whatever it was, their karma that they were supposed to clear up with you. They absolutely know that they didn't clear it up with you, and that potentially they like exacerbated it, or like made it a lot worse, and that they made their bed basically. I feel like this person kind of does understand that, and they feel impotent, and that's a part of their karma as well. Is like, I feel like this person, like choosing you connected them with their strength, and this person now feels that they're perfect for you. But they feel like they understand now. That's what it is. They want the Two of Cups with you. They think about offering you a new beginning. They think about having a family with you. They think about love and like reconciliation and having good times with you. And they want whatever blocking communication to be unblocked. And they are really, there's an extreme amount of emotional turmoil here within this person. Because again, I think with the Eight of Cups, it's like whatever was here, there was a lot of emotions, okay? But it was swampy emotions. And I think whenever you look back on this time of like whatever chapter, like this person or like the relationship with this person, there was a lot of emotions there. But some now, because of whatever this person has done or not done, it's wrapped up with like negative emotions for you, betrayal, shame, guilt. Like it's kind of like polluted, and it's this like bog, and you did what you needed to do here. And I'm hearing like this is your success where you, oh look, that's the Ace of, they want to do what you did. They want to like up and leave a situation here, right? But you left and you went on to like independence. Like you have passed your own judgment here on this situation with this person, and it sent them a huge message somehow, like in the ethers. This is like reverberated. I feel like it's called some kind of karma due, and because you genuinely have actually released this. And at first, like this person's feeling very defensive again. Of this person had bad sexual habits in their past, or there could have been like, again, this could have been they cheated on you, and now like they made their bed basically, and this person kind of wants to live in a fantasy rather than dealing with whatever like emotions that they are having here. And I feel like this person really could be with somebody who's like very proud in their stance, and this person is like trying to make a decision behind the scenes. The thing is, I think you've taken the decision to choose you off the table. And this person, again, that could be the fantasy that they're living in, is like, no, because I realize now this person has kind of learned a major part of their karmic lesson, that you were genuine to them, and that is like worth its weight in gold. But they can't get to you now. This like needs to play out. Whatever karma that they are dealing with needs to kind of, play out here. This person they are just finding you so sexually appealing. Like I can't stress that enough, but it's like on a lot of different levels. And this person wants to have like emotional, passionate times with you. You know what I mean? And they say like, I hate this distance between us. It doesn't feel good. I miss our conversations and the sound of your voice. And then down here, there's this whole like rat's nest of whatever's gone on. I never expected to fall in love. And I actually think, and I don't want to trigger anybody, but I think that this is, again, if they betrayed you in some way, they mistook whatever this was for love. Because it's very clear to me that it wasn't. But I think this person, again, they're controlled by their lower natures and like their impulse. Look, but I'm afraid of hurting you. And hold on. I'm going to pull like some more cards here on this, because there's something that's not quite making sense about this for me. Hold on. Yeah, let me just see. Spirit, like, clarify, never expected to fall in love. Affairs with your family. Basket, recognition and reward for merit. And then look, marriage. A journey either physical or mental. Okay, I think, oh look, and then the mountain road. You are on the road to success, but a two-faced friend. Exactly. Okay. Rabbit, too much concern with sexual matters. Okay, I knew it. So I'm really getting that something here could have like led to a marriage situation, but it was with the two-faced friend, and there was like too much focus on sexuality that they kind of like mistook. They mistook the whole like drama of the whole situation for love. And now, it's because they're learning a spiritual lesson, and they get scared for being honest with you about that, about how they strayed, and how, again, they're like confused with their emotions. They have a lot of fears. There's been a lot that's been hidden or secret. Like, they get really scared about being honest, because they are learning this spiritual lesson. But then this person, this has to play out. So this person learns the difference between real love and just impulse, devil energy, taking that temporary, high octane situation versus like the longer term situation. And I think some of you need to know that it's like, that's just the way karma works. There's no like brain in the sky, making these kind of decisions. It's just, you make your bed, you plant your seeds and you reap what you sow. And that this person is like learning that the end and the means are one, and that it was always there. The energy of their own destruction was always there in the beginning. They just didn't question it. They didn't understand. This person has like problems, like family problems, I think early on, and it blocked them off in the heart space here. But now this person, I remember how we used to laugh and talk for hours about everything. I miss you. I'm so in love with you. You are so perfect to me. Yeah. And then look, things moved so fast and I didn't know how to trust my feelings. So like for you, yeah. And I think so with this other situation, like whatever it was that they did to betray you, it's like things moved really quickly. I do love you, just don't know how to show you right now. And look, karmic connection, moving from the patterns. So this person is thinking that you are perfect for them. I love you today, tomorrow, and always. I was just a fool for not admitting it earlier. This person, I love you so much no matter what. Like this person just, they're learning a lot, and they're having some kind of like a higher perspective here. But I feel like this person's built themselves up in some way, shape, or form, like in the material, where they're like afraid to come down. And I'm hearing a song that's like, don't think I'll ever come down. But really they're in a bog. So it's like they appear like they are doing really great. They appear like they're above you in some way. But really they're down in their emotional space. They're in the bog. And so I feel like this person's there's a tension that's created by the fact that their emotions are buried. I think that's why they betrayed you, is because their emotions were buried and they're not connected with their emotional space. It reminds me of like when Jennifer Aniston said that Brad Pitt has a sensitivity chip missing. Like this person behaved in a way where it's like they had a sensitivity chip missing. And the reason is because they're blocked off from their own emotional space. So therefore they couldn't care and tend for yours, and they couldn't be motivated and driven by love. This strikes me as a masculine who like needs to connect his root like up with his heart chakra, and to make sure that he is operating from a place of love, and that love is a verb. And I don't think that it was here in the past. Like this definitely looks like cheating to me, to be honest, like for a lot of you. But that this person gives a different impression. They give an impression that they have different values. And of course, like, especially in the masculine path, where the masculine path is the straight and narrow, like if you declare that you have certain values, of course those values are going to get tested to see if like you actually, the masculine path is all about discipline. And I feel like this person got challenged, and I kind of feel like they really got swept up in it. Like, and I think this person kind of has to come to terms with just how little of like a fight they did put up for their supposed values, or like their own discipline. Yeah, this person could be, because they view the world through power and they don't think they can win in this situation. I feel like this person can be strategizing as a way to like have a relationship with you. And this person just likes you too. Like they just want to be friends. They want to have conversations. They want to open up the door in some way. And I feel like this person can be strategizing. They fantasize it about quite a lot, and they want it to end up in marriage with you. They really do. But it's like, this isn't the energy. This isn't the approach. Yeah, because they're still in devil energy, and this person, like, they feel controlled, and they need to deal with this situation directly. I think that's kind of, it's like if this person's unhappy in their home environment, they need to deal in this. They need to close one chapter fully before they move on. And instead, it's like they want to open the door with you, and then it's because they've learned some bad habits, old habits that die hard doing anything to get some rack. Yeah, like, this person, they're starting to have these epiphanies, but they still don't have the right handbook. They don't have the right actions to be able to make healthy decisions and to be able to maintain a healthy long-term relationship. They still don't have those skills. They're still operating from that devil energy. And I think that's something that Spirit is just wanting to make sure you're aware of, is like, this person, I think you've never had a problem with this person's emotions for you being in the right place. It's just they don't know how to honor you. They don't know how to make love a verb. It's not something that has potentially, this strikes me as like somebody who just gets blown around by their feelings. And I think they have a genuine fear of feelings. And it could have been because in their early home environment, the feelings were always changing, or they always felt controlled by feelings, you know? And so they've always kind of shied away from that. But in reality, it's the key to unlocking this. So yeah, I mean, I feel like if you're wondering if this person who did you dirty in the past is like feeling it or regretting it, they are. They could have definitely had you in a third-party situation. They may be in a third-party situation now. And I wouldn't even know if it's on their side or if it's on whoever they moved on with you, because I think both of these people are find cheating to be acceptable, or because they look at the lens of cheating through want or desire. They don't look at it through like, who do I want to be? How do I want to show up to my life? I take pride in the fact that I'm a disciplined person, and when I say I'm going to do XYZ, I'm going to do XYZ because that's my values and that's what's important to me. It doesn't have to do with like some kind of tempting offer on the table or not on the table. It has to do with like yourself always. And this person doesn't have that perspective. So that's where, like, even though this person has feelings, if they can't back it up with discipline and if they can't back it up with actions, they're always going to be blown around. So it's like, and I think you know that, I think you could have learned that the hard way, where it's like, okay, well, this person's like all about you today, but when life sets in and it gets, you know, and you're actually doing the Saturn thing, the long-term thing, you know, what happens when this person's feelings, like, they can't manage their own feelings. That's what I'm getting. It's like, as soon as this person is bored, then they can't deal with themselves directly. They can't deal with themselves internally. They need to they turn to the external world. They need something to change in their external world, you know? But this person gives an entirely different impression. They give an impression of somebody that is strong or is capable of withstanding a storm or something like that. But yeah, this person's much different on the inside than they appear. So that's what I have for you guys, pile number 1. That is who is thinking about you and why. If that resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye, guys. So pile number 2, who is thinking of you and why? All right, so we've been getting this energy on the channel here recently. And like I said on Patreon, I feel like this is Spirit's way of really alerting you to the fact that this energy is around here currently. Now, some of you may know that and some of you may not, because I can see that you released this person here in the past. And Spirit is definitely saying like, look, you had your reasons, like you were justified here in doing this. And even this person that is thinking about you acknowledges this on some level because they're viewing you as the 10 of Swords. They're viewing this as a very painful ending, a final ending. I think they synthesize your actions and your decision to release them as a type of a betrayal. But look, he's holding the sword of truth. So they're recognizing that, yes, you did all of this, but you kind of like killed them with the truth, like with their own truth. You handed them back their own truth. And that is what like actually ended the situation here. And this person is not mature and they don't have the ability to like really think deeply and like to have a very productive, self-reflective process. They lack that. So instead, I feel like this person just like lashes out and they do a lot of projecting on your energy or like demonizing or trying to make wrong. This is a person who misuses mental energy as well. They have a very tainted lens is what I'm hearing. They also don't receive data. They don't listen. They don't explore in order to understand. They this is a tribalist. This is somebody who, and they just do so much projecting. And I feel like this person is projecting heavily on your energy. And we'll talk about that here in just a second. But this person really does, again, like buried in there, like in their heart of hearts, this person really does feel guilty about something. They feel guilty about something that they said or that they did to you. And they recognize that you are justified here. In your actions. And I feel like this person, it's like causing them to fixate on you here in some way, shape, or form. Now you are showing up as the maiden here in this energy, but not only that, there's like a friend group here that is also in this maiden energy. And I feel like these are your friends and this is like the commonality that you have. And so it could be that this person is not just thinking about you, but they could be thinking about like 3 of your friends or like you and some of your close friends. So just keep that in mind. Maybe, like you all know each other, you know, but I feel like, again, this person's not just thinking about you as well. It's like they're very much watching you. They're very much observing you and they are sending like heavy evil eye towards you. But like I said, you are here in this maiden energy. And I feel like this person thinks about this a lot for both you and this like group of friends about how you are like very sweet and very, maybe you're younger or you're innocent. You're very genuine. You're very beautiful, very feminine. Maybe you like, it's very colorful over here and like very happy. And again, like I feel like in the release you pulled away in order to defend yourself in some place where you, again, like you were very vulnerable. And it could have been that you were offering some kind of like nurturance. And that nurturance could have just been in the form of like genuine friendship and receptivity. But then whenever you realized who this person is, then I feel like you pulled back in some kind of a way. And that's where the projection really does come in because like seeing you in this energy of being genuine and being very sweet for whatever reason is a trigger here for this person. And I think it has something to do with like, they try to give this impression or they try to give this image and seeing you and like seeing your friends, they know that they aren't that. They can't keep it up. And, like confronted with the realness of that energy. Because I'm getting that this person is like this dark energy here with the rose in the middle. And I'm hearing that song where it's like lean a little bit closer, see the roses really smell like boo, 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 right? And this could be the truth that you had on this person where it's like, I know that you try to act like you're this rose and that, okay, you know, that you're in balance or something like that, but you're really like this dark energy and you're attacking and you're demonizing. And I don't really think you like this person's like, it's more than just like their thoughts or opinions. It's like their whole approach, the way that they interact with that mental element is corrupted. And you and your friends have a much more well-rounded approach. Because like this person, let's talk about their projections here because I can see this person who thinks about you is two-faced. And I'm hearing a two-faced friend. And I'm hearing the word friend in me. So it's like this person could have been trying to like get into this friend group and you guys kind of realized that this person really didn't have it going on. They tried to, you recognize the front of it. That's what I think it was. Like you recognize that this person tries to come across like they have things in common with you, but they can't really back it up because it's just a front, you know? And you guys don't want to be around that. And you have every right to make that decision, you know? So this person is two-faced. I'm hearing they talk out both sides of their neck. You could have just gotten the impression here that this person was saying, you know, they're two-faced in some way. So it's like they say one thing to one group of people, another thing to another group of people to try to fit in, or that they were saying one thing to you in order to try to seem sweet, but that actually this person was like saying another thing, or like being incredibly just like corrosive behind the scenes. Now, also, this person is very angry and they're very volatile and they're very impulsive, and they try to project that outwards onto you and potentially your friends as well, that you are angry and that they, I think, because you release this person and you're showing up here as the hermit. So, and spirit is like backing this up saying, no, you release this person because you have a handle on your lower natures. You can see in the dark. You have an elevated perspective. You're a very sweet person, and you killed them with the truth. That's what spirit is saying here. But just because you release this person, and I think that you have very strong boundaries and a no nonsense attitude, and that you can actually be very independent, because this person sort of preys upon people who like are not all those things that I just mentioned, which is why it's so triggering for them, because the things they usually prey upon and milk out of people, you're not in that energy anymore. So just because you released them, they're trying to say that you are angry, or that it was impulsive, or that you're volatile, because this person wants to convince people, I think, or convince themselves, I think, most of all, that you didn't have a leg to stand on in this. When spirit is saying, no, like you picked up on this energy and you read them correctly, right? So this person, spirit is trying to put this person in a position of hermitude, where they need to actually go within, and they need to actually, the hermit focuses on himself. This person, I think, is currently being like sidelined, or like being put in a period of stagnation, because they're undergoing a period of judgment, right? But they're still fixated on your energy, even though I don't think that they can get through. And I think even if they did, you wouldn't take them seriously. Yeah. And so it makes them madder and madder. Spirit is trying to get this person to go within, similar to the way that you have done, because this person is in kind of like negative snake energy, where they just like, they're venomous, they lash out. And it's because they don't know how to interact with their own internal system. They need to dig deeper. But again, it's like, they're just so mental, and they go around and around and around. And they don't, like I said, they're spiritually unawakened, and there's no emotional depth. So this person, when they think about self-reflection, like if you try to talk to this person about this, they would think it's thinking. They would think that it's like debate energy. They don't, and they think that it's a matter of, it reminds me of like the political climate, like in America especially, where it's like, some people, it's like if you disagree with them on like a political subject, they can't just like allow that to be. Like, okay, it's people can be healthy and sane and have different opinions and come to different conclusions from each other. This is a person where it's like they need to pick what side they're on. Like I said, they're a tribalist. And then they need to demonize anybody who does not fit into the category that they fit into. You know, you can't just exist and have a different opinion. You have a different opinion than them because you're XYZ. You're a demon. You're horrible. You're ignorant. You're this. You're that. Like, this person has no nuance. And so I think this person debates you, and you would feel this, that this person is not curious. They don't listen to understand. They don't listen to pull themselves into a depth, you know? So this is a person, it's a very threatening energy, but I feel like spirit is actually, again, they're in a period of judgment, and spirit's kind of pushing this person out onto the side. I also think that they could, think about some kind of nurturance that you are getting, because this person could have tried to wound you in the past, and then all of a sudden now you have friends and you guys are all taking care of each other, and you're actually being like nursed back to health. This person's seeing people pour into you. This person, I think, wanted to isolate you. They wanted to like dry you out. They wanted to deplete you, drain you, isolate you. And now what this person was trying to do to you, spirit gives back to this person. This is karma, because you realize that exactly you unmasked this person, and you realize that you didn't deserve this. You know, so you moved away, and when you moved away, then I feel like there's nowhere for this energy to go. So this person is realizing that they're the Page of Swords, and they want to be a bully with the Emperor. They want to have some kind of like position over you, to dominate over you. They want to start a fight. They want to be the ram. They want to like ram you with something. And they could have done this in the past. They want to also resurrect your relationship, but they want to resurrect it and be in control and be in power. This is a person, again, they lack the ability to have a Libran relationship. Two of Swords for me is Moon and Libra energy. Somebody who's relationship oriented, who can give and take, who can be balanced, and therefore clear out their karma. The way this person clears out their karma is by developing a truly diplomatic perspective here, listening to understand, not listening to take a position. I also, I study religion. A lot of you guys know this. This is Religion 101. The religious studies professors, they're very clear. You're going to be interviewing people of different faiths. When you are not asking them questions to debate. You are asking them questions to understand. To understand, like, all their beliefs. It helps them cope with death. It helps them cope with loss. It helps them connect with their culture and their history and their families, and little bits and baubles that have been in their homes, and they got their dreidel out every Hanukkah, or whatever. And you are seeking to understand that person. You don't have to agree with them. You don't have to decide if they're right or wrong. You're making a connection. It's like basic social skills. This is Lynn about me. Psychologists could really do a better job of this. They're not trained in like the function that spirituality can play, like for a lot of people. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Anyways, this person doesn't have that mentality. They seek to destroy. There's a right way and a wrong way. And even though this person might think, because they'll think a lot, they think, okay, well, yeah, I mean, I think that, we should make room for everybody. That when it comes down to it, it's like, this is the energy that could kind of like wipe out entire swaths of the population and feel justified in doing it. And this person, upon hearing me say that, would be, oh, you're dramatic and you're this and you're that. But it's like, I'm talking about, this is something that has kind of like a building effect, that this person is ill-equipped to stop within themselves. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I never want to see you again. You hurt me. I feel like this is your energy. You could have like released this person, but then this person wants you to feel like you hurt them, that you and I just want to remind you, you have every right to set a boundary, to make decisions for your own life as to who's healthy and who isn't. You have every right to make that decision. This person wants to paint you a bully for making that decision by saying that you releasing them is some kind of, you victimized them in a way. And you didn't. You didn't. This person is just trying to do that, again, to have the power in the situation. They want to victim, persecutor, martyr. You are harmful. You victimized me. I am trying to rescue you. Because this person, I think the rescuer, they might use that to like, again, one up people, but then they're really a persecutor. This person's a persecutor. But I think they play rescuer, they play victim, but they really are a persecutor. And we need to let each other go. Again, I think you said this here in wisdom. So just take this person with a grain of salt, okay? Because this person, like I said, they're spiritually unawakened. They lack depth. They don't have a holistic approach to themselves or to life. They don't have the ability to productively self-reflect. This person thinks they're thinking right now, and they think that's contemplation and they think that's self-reflection, but they are so outwardly focused. They're not inwardly focused at all. This person thinks that because they're thinking in their mind, they're inwardly focused. Again, they're not. They're totally focused on you. They have debate energy in their mind, and they want to venomously lash out. What about that is spiritual, contemplative, or elevated? None of it. And I think it will show between you and your friends here that that's exactly what is going on here. And then this person's going to have to think about what it is that they've done, and they really are trying to avoid the fact that they really do feel guilty. And that meeting up with you and your friends is a call to some kind of higher way of being. And I just want to show you this, and then we'll move on here. This is your energy at the bottom of the deck. You have this Kuan Yin, compassion, and Bridget, healing. This is you. This is Bodhisattva energy. This is elevation. She's covered in gold, which is a sign of like alchemy. She's got this like sideways 8 of the strength card of like power and influence. And she is like, even though she has compassion here, she can still, I'm hearing like, there's a song, good girls know how to get hard too. Well, good girls know how to be strong too. Good girls can use their strong voice sometimes, and they can make the hard decisions, and they can stand up for themselves and hold a boundary and protect their families and their heart and their loved ones and their sanctity and their friend groups. And it doesn't mean that you're any less good when you're strong or when you need to make a definitive decision or stick up for yourself. And this is what's healing in you. You are healing, and maybe you're taking some kind of action. This to me looks like he's building something, and this is like the god of thunder. Yeah, and look, Hecate, and the black dog here of Hecate. You can see in the dark, and potentially you are helping other people see in the dark. And I think that's what worries this person, because they are what bumps in the night. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want to be illuminated, and potentially they are trying to protect a friend group that they want to like kind of rule over. They don't want them to see the dark, because this person is the dark, and you illuminate the dark because you have control over your lower nature. You're in healthy snake energy. Because I'm almost picturing like, have you ever seen somebody just grab a snake like right behind its head so it can't like bite them? I feel like that's you. You grab the snake, which is this person, potentially before it could pollute or harm one of your friends. Like maybe you saw this person actually fixating on one of your friends and you like grabbed it. And your friends, I think you guys might do that for each other, you and your friends here as well. And you can see in the dark, and you're healing, and you're going after your dreams, and that is steadily moving you away here from this person. So that's what I have for you guys. Pile number 2, that is who is thinking about you. Please keep yourself safe. I think Spirit is assisting in this, because Spirit is just saying like this was a righteous decision here. This person is actually under a period of judgment, and they want to cause conflict for you, between you and your friends, or like you in a relationship. But this person is just too shallow, just too shallow. And I think you actually have friends here who are wise, who can make up their own decisions and who have like depth to them. So all right, that's what I have, you guys. Pile number 2. If that resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye guys. So pile number 3, who is thinking of you and why? All right, so we've definitely seen this energy on the channel here recently, and I'm just trying to figure out how to describe this person to you where you can like identify who this is, because there's something going on here where it's like the truth of their inner landscape and the truth of their feelings and the reality of what is actually going on here behind the scenes, especially in regards to a home environment and some kind of a family setup, is much, much different than the image that this person portrays to the rest of the world. And I'm just not sure how privy you would be to that information. I can see that's kind of on a gradient here with this pile, so take this however it resonates. But I think you could identify this person because it's like, from the outside looking in, this person seems like they have it all, or that they would like to be, or that they're very motivated by those things. But the reality of this person and the reality of their situation is this is someone who sits on a threshold. and like a precipice. They're at some kind of, I'm hearing like a major catalytic juncture in their life. And they know that they have a major decision to make. But it's like the enormity of this decision with the hangman here at the bottom of the deck and this fear energy coming up. I really am just getting the feeling of being paralyzed in fear. And I feel like a lot of these people could have actually been sitting on this threshold for a prolonged period of time. There's really this like purgatorial feeling that is coming through, like a prolonged sense of suffering, but also there's this understanding that this person has. They know that they could take a leap of faith. They know that they could take some kind of an action that would release them from this prolonged purgatory and, you know, give them a sense of freedom, but they also know that there's major consequences that kind of comes to that. So this person sits here on this precipice and they know that like whatever decision they make, it has like long-term consequences. And not only that, the fallout of whatever decision they make here has the potential, like it affects a number of different life arenas. And these are major life arenas that this person actually does feel very connected to, and they mean a lot here to this person. So they're trying to honor the weight and the gravity of this situation, or that's what they tell themselves, by kind of thinking all of this through. But I feel like Spirit's sort of calling this person out here at this point. I really feel like Spirit has been turning up the heat on this individual because this is the wrong lens. And on some level, this person knows it, but they're kind of running from their own truth, because there's something here about this situation where it actually requires acceptance that this person isn't going to get everything that they want. I think this person thinks it through, thinking about how they can win, you know, how they can not sacrifice things that they don't want to sacrifice, and how they can gain the things that they want to gain. But that's not a possibility here. It's just the nature of this situation. I'm just picturing like a whack-a-mole, you know, every mole that you whack, another one kind of pops up. That's the nature of this situation that they are in. And I think it's evident when they're not emotional thinking, that's evident, that it's really just something that needs to be accepted. And then from that lens, this person knows like what they're meant to kind of be doing. There's like a huge heart pull. There's a huge dharmic energy to this leap of faith that this person knows they sort of need to take. And then it's really just a question of courage. Like that's what this is about. This is kind of like the cowardly lion from The Wizard of Oz. And that could surprise a lot of people, because it's not in every arena of this person's life where they are like this. This is actually a person who is very connected to their heart space. They know what they love. They know what turns them on and makes them feel creative and passionate. And I think they've built quite a bit of their life in major arenas, like from that place, right? But I think this major decision here for a lot of these people who are thinking about you has to do with like marriage and commitment and a family situation. And I think for most of you, this would be a person who is already in a situation like that. They are married, they have a family, but there's absolute clarity here around the heart space. They know that they are not satisfied here. And there could potentially be extreme, like heavy emotions, like they really just feel disconnected from this space. It's very like depressing. They know that they're at like some kind of a dead end here with this, you know, they know that. So they are kind of toying with this idea of leaving. Now, for others of you, there's another situation that is going on here as well. And somehow it could be coupled with this. So just take this how it resonates. But, you know, for others of you, this is a person, well, let me just back up, because actually regardless if it's this other situation, and I promise I'll describe that here in a second, regardless, you are dealing with a person who does have strong values around marriage and commitment and family. It's kind of a wish fulfillment here for this person. And that ties in with these life arenas that they value. I really think legacy is a very strong one. And there's something here to do with the energy signature of like a father in a family of origin. Now take that however it resonates, but it really is this kind of paternal lineage or paternal energy where for some of these people that you're asking about, they could have had a father leave or a parent leave, and it was always their wish fulfillment to kind of be the parent that they missed out on or that they didn't have, and to like live up to that and to do it right, and to I'm hearing the word cycle breaker, to be a cycle breaker. And the way that this person thinks to break the cycle, because they weren't really shown any other way, is to like really do the proper thing, like the traditional thing, and to do it right. They're not thinking about it through the lens of like, what happens when this isn't authentic? What happens when it's not like really authentically true? Then what do? They don't know, but that's something that they really want to live up to. For others of these people, I feel like they could have been from like a really successful family, or they could have had a father that was very successful, built some kind of a family business, built a legacy. And there was just a lot of pressure on this person to live up to that. And it's reminding me of Patrick Teahan. He is a licensed therapist here on YouTube. He's amazing. I love all like the memes that he posts on the community board. And one of them, he was talking about toxic family systems. They have like these high expectations for you, and they mistake that for parenting. So they think that the way to have like raise a successful child is to just like bludgeon them over the head with expectations of being successful. Like, this is what's expected of you, but they don't actually tend to like teaching you how to be successful, or they don't tend to your humanness. And I'm hearing things like 7 habits of highly effective teens. They don't, there's not that unconditional love, or like, let's look at this together. This is about, I'm just loving you and we're just developing you as a person, and that will help you to become successful. They think that just by putting a bunch of this enormous pressure on this person to be a certain way is what's going to guarantee this kind of like a result, and breaks their individuality under the weight of things, right? So it's some kind of a situation like that where this legacy and family has either been like beaten into them, or like it just naturally comes from this environment, right? But this person is actually very Aquarian. They are different. They are unique. So again, if you are soul family to this person, like you're a soulmate and you guys connect on a soul level, like from your place of genuine authenticity, you probably connect there. Like immediately you would see that this person has like this wild streak, or like this weird streak. Or if you knew this person when they were younger, I think it was also a parent. And here's like the insidious part. It was a parent to their family of origin as well, who tried to get them to stuff themselves in a shoe, which calls their integrity into question. Again, this cycle breaker energy. But like probably a lot of people were like, that person is interesting and different. And even if they go down a more traditional life, they're going to put their own kind of spin on it. And then, come to find out that this person has actually found themselves in something that really, like, again, if you're soul connected, you would just kind of be like, that's interesting. Like, that doesn't really seem to kind of like fit, you're trying to squeeze yourself in the shoe. I never really kind of thought of you like that. It could be something here like that. So that ties back into this other situation. And again, this theme around acceptance, because this person has a wish fulfillment in some way of actually building the family, doing the family thing, but in a real way. They wanted to fall in love. They wanted to choose their partner and choose well and from a place of love, and build family and legacy and business and stuff from there, right? So that goes back to this other scenario that I'm kind of picking up on, because I think for a lot of people, again, they have these values of marriage and family, but then there was a tower moment. And I think for a lot of these people, it's like they could have gotten somebody pregnant, or they could have gotten pregnant by somebody here. I really think for a lot of you, this is, or they're finding out that their father did this, something here like that. But I really think that that's what this is for a lot of you. Now, it doesn't have to be that, but I'm going to stick with that with the rest of my example. It could also be that there is something to do with a father. Learning something about a father, about his image and about his family business. It could have to do with a child here. It also could have to do with like a precipice, maybe the location of a family business, or something like a father's home or their home. I don't know. Take that however it resonates, but I feel like there was a tower moment here. And this tower moment, what it did on a spiritual level is it pulled apart the heart energy from the duty and the responsibility side of building like the family and this relationship. And it kind of presented, that's this juncture, that spirit was really presenting this person with, it was a bit of like a spiritual test, but that's not exactly like the right words. It's just a declaration of allegiance on a spiritual level. And it's reminding me of like, how they say if somebody is like, if a thief is like running towards you, you're supposed to throw your purse, because then if they go for the purse, they're after your money. But if they're going towards you, then you're after you, right? It forces them to kind of choose. And if they are going for the purse, then the purse is away from you and they can just, run off with that, and you have less likelihood of getting hurt. That's what this is. It's like, okay, now you can't have the whole dream. That's where the acceptance comes in. This person has been put into a situation or created a situation here where there's a tower moment, and now the reality, the truth, the undeniable truth, you cannot argue with the truth. Okay, this person's going to mess themselves up if they think they can. Okay, but the undeniable truth of the situation is that they cannot get their dream. They cannot get their wish fulfillment. They cannot have the traditional thing. Okay, so being that as it may, what do? Do they honor their heart? They need to figure out, okay, they can't have it all in one setup. How do they manage this like accordingly, And they would have to build something more Aquarian. That's kind of what I'm thinking. We're entering the age of Aquarius. This is a cycle breaker. This, to me, on a spiritual level, makes total sense, And I think they needed to have some acceptance here and deal with the nuance of the situation, know the places to apply their duty and responsibility. They are committed to this child. They're going to love this child, but they need to be honest with themselves, because their heart knows that it didn't choose this person. Their heart knows that there's not a genuine commitment from, and that healthy marriage it's signing the paperwork and the marriage, deciding to be committed to each other. It's just a natural outgrowth of the love. It's not something that you have to force or that there's a sense of duty. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I love you and I'm committing not just to the marriage, but to loving you. Like, and it's, at least that's easy, So what do? And for some of these people, I think that they could have been like, my heart's not choosing this person, and try to dip out on the responsibility here. But for some of them, it's like they chose to, and I think for most of you, it's like they chose to lean into the responsibility and try to like piece this family together here. But they know it doesn't serve them. And that's the long-term, that's the decision where it's like they knew that they were putting themselves in some kind of long-term purgatorial state. And I do just want to say, do not have an affair with this person because you feel bad with them. This person is strong enough to get themselves out. And they're meant to. This person is at a spiritual crossroads. So somehow you're wrapped up in this person kind of processing all of this and having this brought up to the surface. And I think they're actually pretty upset, I think they're triggered. And I think there's an arrogance here. You could have wounded their pride. And because they know this. And you know what being a truth teller in a family system like this, the kind of treatment that would get. But I also do feel like this person has this family will continue to produce cycle breakers until one of them is successful. So I do feel like, again, they have very Aquarian children. Now, there's another thing about this where, again, they're not looking at this through the correct lens, because one of them is this person is very connected with a wounded inner child. Like I don't think they realize to the extent that they live through that lens. So if there are flesh and blood children here, this person really is having difficulty piecing out. They're not looking at their actual flesh and blood children. They're just superimposing their own inner wounded child and the fear and the scaredness and the depression and the wanting. They're just superimposing that and saying, this is what you need. When in reality, it's like, that's what they needed, because I think for a lot of them, it's like their flesh and blood kids are at an age to have age appropriate, like mature, nuanced conversations, and to kind of be I'm hearing this is parenting. They need to shift, parents should prepare their children to be able to face a number of complex situations that all of us face as an adult. But that's the cycle that needs to get broken here. And this person's not really seeing that, is that they're just really putting the same, by them not being honest and authentic to their own humanness, they are just putting the pressure passively or explicitly on a child here in their future, where they just think everything's supposed to be sunshine and rainbow. They don't know, and I think this is a parent who wouldn't want their kid to suffer that way. But it's like, model this behavior, have a nuanced, healthy, age-appropriate conversation about your inner experience so that your child doesn't feel weird when it happens to them. Because this is an Aquarian child. Very Aquarian. If they do have kids, right? But the other thing is that this is quite a passionate person. And this is somebody who is connected with their heart space. Okay, they're clear about how they feel in their home environment. They're clear about that. And the other thing is, like I said, they're very aware of what they love, and they have built so much from that place. They've built maybe a family business. They've built their legacy. They've built their image. They've built a lot that matters to them from a real and authentic place. And I think that it's just going to, they're going to have to lose a lot of that because they built on this. It's unusual for this person to have not been led by their heart in this way, So they stand to lose a lot of things that are real and genuine and authentic to them that they have built, but upon this false foundation, So this person is learning a lot of lessons here. And it says things move so fast and I didn't know how to trust my feelings for you. Yeah, there was a tower moment here. There was. Something happened very quickly, and it was meant to, because this is a person, there's something about training where this person catches on pretty quick and they integrate really quick. So if you train this person to be a type of way, they see the value in it and they'll kind of immediately take that on. This was meant to be a weighing of this person's heart. So they weren't kind of trained in this, and it was what's your heart? Are you going to follow your heart? This person's heart, I feel like it has been weighed or is being weighed. And they were meant, and I think maybe this is you. Things move so fast and I didn't know how to trust my feelings for you. You could be a person who is connected with your heart space. I think that's part of what's triggering this person, because when they look at you, you're the Mother of Pentacles. That to me is somebody who is confident, who is stable, who is thriving, who did build their life from the inside out. They could see you as if you built this. But I think another way that Spirit's kind of turning the heat up with this person, and will continue to do so, is this person is starting to be surrounded by people who did build their family in the way that this person wanted to build their family. They're kind of faced with it. And again, I think this is a person who's just going to keep doubling down to their own pride and their own image, Yeah. So you could be like, just one of these people around them, and that has built your life in this way, and it's very triggering. And there is also whoever they're partnered with, like there's this influence in this person's life. Again, it's this moon energy, right? So a nurturing energy, a mother energy, or this could be a partner. There's somebody here who gets a kind of a kick out of this. They know that this person really values this image. So I'm going to use an extreme example where it's like, okay, like I'm going to go pork the neighbor and I can't wait to see how we spin this to your mom later. Or they just like to watch this person lie on their behalf, like in order to cover up all their misdoings and to not get their own justice and to be living this lie and to have, they kind of sort of get a kick out of it. Like, how much are you going to take? Like, oh, this is crazy. Like, they just kind of like to watch this person field certain things, or like, it's entertaining. Like, I feel like there's an entertainment factor here to this person. And there's like cyclical and emotional energy coming from this person. Yeah. So you could be very Aquarian yourself, where it's like your own freak flag you have integrated very well again, and like you've built upon these foundations, and this person really wants this. They see what you have, and it's like they want that for themselves too. But they know they have a big leap, and it feels monumental. And part of it is because there is a lot of details and minutiae here, because this person has sat on the threshold for so long, But this is a question of courage with this person. They think it's a question of thinking and planning, and it's about courage. That's what it is. And this person knows. The reason it's so about courage is because this person knows how to follow their heart already. They do it naturally in a lot of different arenas of their life. So, yeah, I'm just picturing this crow like with this key, like just kind of beating this person over the head with like these like traditional things, Yeah. So I'll show you the bottom of the deck, because we have Sheila and Agig gateways, and then we have like the Ganesha with the obstacles. It's like all this is a gateway, but all this person sees is obstacles, and it's like they're very afraid, and there are obstacles here, like no doubt. And then at the bottom of this deck, again, it's like this person needs to come out of the closet in some way. And I don't necessarily mean that this person is like gay or struggling with that. They could be, but it's like the way that they don't fit into the mold. And this is the age of Aquarius, and so many of us have been hurt by trying to be expected to fit into a mold in whatever little ways. And it's eroding. And I think Spirit is really trying to, when we all are not afraid to show that it's okay to be different and to not be entirely like perfect, because perfectionism is kind of a lot of people who have CPTSD and early childhood trauma think that, okay, well, if I'm just perfect, and that's what they're going to pass on to their kids or something. It's like, well, if I'm just perfect, then everybody will love me and everything's going to be okay, right? And it's a maddening way to live. And the more that we all embrace this in ourselves, we make more room for other people to do it too. And we can actually like make room for everybody to shine. And it's cool, like, because everybody can then be different and find their niche and their place. And this person's being invited to be a part of this. And they don't understand that on a spiritual level, that's their destiny. That's their destiny. That's what they're here to do on a big level, is to be a cycle breaker. Because some of these people, I'm going to say it outright, they don't actually have these traditional values. They really don't. They want to do something different with their life, and that should be okay. But for others of them, they do have it. It's just they did mess up early on, and now they have to be okay having like a blended family, or standing out and being different. It's a huge karmic lesson, and it's a test of fear, bravery, cowardice. It's all these things that are, and this leap of faith. Yeah, but this person, I think if this is a romantic connection, because it's not, I think some of you could be this person's child. You could be a grown adult child, and they see, I don't know, you could be in this person's family, you could be this person's mom, you could be around this person, because Spirit's really trying to reflect this back, and help this person to take this leap of faith. But they need to choose. This is a lot about choosing. And I think there are going to be more tower moments. I'm seeing the Jenga family in my mind, where it's like, Jenga, and everybody has like the perfect smile and the perfect hair, and everyone's wearing cashmere, and there's not a thing out of place in the background. But then I'm seeing like the Jenga tower, where it's like, the tower like always falls, and then you rebuild the tower. So yeah, it's just like this, in this arena of this person's life, home and family, which is a huge life arena, it is having an effect on these other things, these like little tower moments, and then they always have to build it, and then the tower goes back down, and then they have to build it. And, it is a game, so it's like To what extent is this person like playing a game? I don't know. So anyways, I've talked for an age, and I hope that that makes sense here for a lot of you. But this is the person who's thinking about you. Could be a parent, could be in your family, could be a love interest, could be somebody you knew as a kid. Could be anybody. Could be anybody. But I feel like you probably know who this person is. And I think you represent a wish fulfillment to this person, but they know that a lot of false facades in their life have to crumble. And they could be irritated by this, that you're not impressed or turned on by maybe what they've worked so hard to achieve. But, you know, there's certain aspects of this where it's like things that were hard for this person wouldn't have been hard for them if they followed their heart. It just would have been easy. But this person has like, I don't know. So that's what I have for you guys. Pile number 3. I hope if that resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye guys.